You'll
Hi.
see. You'll see when people start joining. Then we can just wait for a bit and just chill.
Okay. Good. Did anyone just join?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet. Oh.
Hi.
Hi there. Welcome. I think we'll just wait for maybe like a minute more for more people to join.
Sounds good. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Okay.
Are you getting hungry?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm like looking at the food and like smelling the...
What it could be made of like later.
I like the tofu.
Yeah. So we're gonna stick to a vegetarian dish today. And we'll wait for a couple more people to join.
Hi Andrew.
I see that he's been joining every day of your afternoon tea session.
He's been a great supporter.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Shannon.
Hi.
So welcome. Again, we're just gonna wait for maybe a few more people before we start. But basically today we'll just be like cooking, doing a dish, and then we'll just talk about mental health as well, right?
Yeah, and how cooking and what you're eating is very, very much connected to your mental health.
Yeah.
And we'll explore that a little bit as well.
How is the music, by the way? Is it like too loud? Please let us know.
Oh yeah. We played a little like background jazz just to like create a very relaxed vibe today. Just to have you guys, watch what we're cooking while also hear some background music. So if it's too loud, give us a shout out. Oh.
Okay.
Well, actually, let's start.
Let's start.
Okay.
So, hey everyone, my name is Marco. I work with Kelly Support Group. Really excited to bring you guys here today with a live stream. We're doing some cooking with Medora. Medora, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm Medora. I also work with Kelly Support Group. Just like Marco, I'm a youth services officer, but we are a different team. So I'm in the mental health and well-being team, and you're in the positive youth development team. So today we're going to focus on connecting how food and our mental health can be very connected together. What you put in your body can affect your moods and all of that. So we're going to explore that in a bit. But before we do that, shall I introduce more on the ingredients?
Yeah, well maybe before that, just to let everyone know, feel free to ask us any questions, post your comments, what you think about the food, whether you think it's healthy or not, or like any questions about us you want to ask about mental health, feel free to ask. So we just want it to be interactive as possible. So Medora, why don't you take it away? Tell us what we have here today.
Okay, so today I'm going to do a vegetarian dish. We're going to do Asian theme today because given the current situation, we want to eat more vegetables, and I feel like any vegetarians out there, this will be friendly for you guys as well. And we're going to stick with an Asian theme, so we're going to do some tofu. And we're going to pan fry these tofu, and then we're going to have stir-fried enoki mushrooms. And after we stir-fry this, we're going to lather that on top of the pan-fried tofu, and the mushroom's going to be a bit saucy, so then that sauce will cover... Woo!
Whoa! That wasn't expected. Sorry about it.
Tofu, and that will create a rather, I would say, delicious dish. So we're going to begin with, while Marco's fixing technical difficulties, we're going to start... Well, I already went ahead and pat dried all the tofu, so you can actually buy firm tofu for this dish because we're going to pan fry these, and if you buy soft tofu, it's going to crumble very easily. And we already washed our hands and everything. We're very taking our precautions on hygiene levels. Yeah. So, Marco, do you want to help me with this as well?
Exactly. Yeah, what can I do?
So you can do this. So tofu, pat dry, and then just kind of bathe in this cornstarch. Actually, I forgot one step though. Let me just season the cornstarch really quickly.
Okay.
But that's okay. Just leave the tofu there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some Himalayan sea salt, which is very good for your body. Salt is good for you, but sea salt's even better. So we're gonna lather some of that pink salt here, and then we'll also add some black pepper for seasoning. Are there any questions?
I think Rachel mentioned that she's bad at cooking. So I think one great thing about this recipe is it's really simple to cook, right?
Oh yeah. So the point of me choosing this recipe today is because it's simple, it's cheap, it's easy, and it's very delicious. I promise you. So yeah, I'll get us another plate so we can put the tofu on that plate.
Okay. So for those new people who just joined, just to let you guys know, we're cooking. Ask us any questions, drop us comments. We'll just be cooking and talking about mental health today.
Yeah. So we'll just talk about how food is very related to your moods and stuff.
I think Kevin said next time cup noodles.
Oh. Cup noodles have a lot of sodium and a lot of MSG. So there's no MSG today. Everything's very healthy.
Hi there, here for the food.
Okay. We'll actually eat it later as well. So
yeah.
let's actually cook faster so we can get eaten.
Okay. Let's start.
Tofu actually has a lot of nutritional value. I'm sure you guys already know out there, like there's a lot of protein. But I think one thing not a lot of people know about tofu is that there's a lot of omega-3 fatty acids as well. So if we imagine that our brain is it is an organ.
It is an organ.
But just imagine for a second how much your brain actually works. Even when you're sleeping, your brain is also working 24/7. So imagine how much energy your brain actually needs. So I thought I got some cornstarch on me. So if you imagine how much your brain needs, so your fuel, aka food, what you put in your body is very directly impacted. So it can definitely affect your mood. So tofu has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, and later I'm gonna lather some sesame oil as well, which has a lot of good unsaturated fats. I'm not a nutritionist, so I don't know entirely too much about it, but I do know that trans fats and saturated fats are not good for you, but unsaturated fats are good. And tofu and sesame oil has tons of that. So, what's the best oil to fry tofu in? Well, my home, we use a canola oil because it's rather healthier than peanut oil.
Okay.
I know that people like to use olive oil, but olive oil, the heating point of the oil is not good for cooking. I've heard that there are studies done that if you use extra virgin olive oil for cooking, it can increase your risk for cancer. But I think olive oil you can cook with, just not extra virgin olive oil. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
So top tip, use canola oil?
Well, rice bran oil is really good. Actually, I have some rice bran oil. Why don't we use some rice bran oil today then?
All right.
Let's use some rice bran oil. Increase the health factor.
But don't use extra virgin olive oil.
Yes.
Only use that for salads.
Yes, and don't use lard because that's just pig fat.
You have something against pig fat? Medora?
That's very high in cholesterol. That's all I know.
I was cooking chicken yesterday, chicken, chicken breast, and also what's it called? The fatty part of the chicken.
The thigh.
The chicken thigh, yeah. And there was so much oil coming out, but it was so delicious. Oh my gosh.
Actually, chicken thigh doesn't have a ton of fat. It's just extra juicy. Okay. Because a lot of meats on the thigh bit, for poultry, usually are more tender. Like turkey, turkey, you always I'm a brown meat kind of gal. Okay. I don't really crave the white bit. Like the breast.
Alright, you're into brown stuff. Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we need to move on.
Yes, alright. Tell us what to do next, Medora.
Okay, so we're going to pan fry the tofu now. I'm going to quickly wash my hands.
Oh, I think Cindy's wondering, can we add meat to the dish? What do you think?
Absolutely. You can definitely take your own twist to the dish. Like minced meat, like a different style of mapo tofu, for example, minced meat, you can actually marinate it with soy sauce, cornstarch, a little wine, a little sugar, a little salt. And then once you've got that mixing going on, you can actually cook it on separate and then can replace the mushrooms and lather that on top of the tofu. That would be just as delicious. Okay, shall we get cooking?
Yeah.
Shall we bring the phone so people can check out how we get this done?
I'm really excited about this part. This is where the action begins. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So this
So
is
we've got
where
the pan. I would say put it on medium-high heat first, so then we can get the pan going.
Okay, medium-high heat.
But let me get some rice bran oil. This is the rice bran oil. This is very healthy. I forget why.
But it's just healthy.
It's very healthy.
Just know it's healthy.
Yeah. And while we get this heated, we'll also prepare this later. I'll just put all the seasoning here. So tofu actually is really rich in iron as well, which is really good for your bones and your muscles. So right now I think everyone's just trying to eat healthy and figuring out how to, you know, cook healthy foods at home, given we're working from home a lot.
Yeah.
I've been definitely cooking a lot more.
Yeah.
And cooking is actually therapy. It's truly used as a therapy. I've seen on online websites how people use cooking therapy as a part of their therapy course session, and people talk about how when you're cooking you're also using your physical mobility and you're also thinking, and it's a chance to be creative. You know, being creative, that's using your brain as well, so it's a whole experience, a holistic experience. So that's why cooking is such a good therapeutic activity.
And it's also good just to like take a break, I guess, from like working or from studying at home. Yeah. So I've been like cooking a little myself, spaghetti, but I'm nowhere near as good as Medora.
I heard Marco is obsessed with Italian food.
I am. Hence, like my name, like my mom like named me Marco for a reason. Like I think like she knew I was like destined to eat Italian food. Okay.
So I'm gonna pour some oil now. I think it's pretty ready.
Okay. Ooh. So maybe that's like how many teaspoons?
I would
Tablespoons?
say,
Three?
just eyeballing this. I'm assuming that's about like 2 to 3 tablespoons.
2 to 3 tablespoons.
Yeah.
Give or take.
And then we're gonna hear the sizzle. Are you ready?
Okay.
Go.
Oh.
Slight sizzle.
I think we're starting to hear it. We're starting to hear the sizzle.
Slight sizzle. We don't want the sound to overwhelm.
How's the music? Is it okay? Too loud? Too soft? Oh. Yep, so as you can see, the tofu is like sizzling very nicely now.
And also, I heard all those pretty ladies out there, actually everyone it applies to, there's a lot of antioxidants in tofu. So
keep you young and fresh.
Young, yeah. Stops, well, it doesn't stop, but it slows down the process of aging.
You guys heard that. Guys, you can also, it applies to us too, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would love to look young and...
You look very young, Mark.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Medora. Okay, so...
You're supposed to say you too.
Okay, you too, you too. Medora looks really young too, yes, absolutely. Okay,
I'm crowding this a little bit because I am impatient.
Okay.
But actually cooking also tests your patience. Sometimes you can't rush the process.
Okay.
And that teaches you about life too. Yeah.
Alright. So how long is this going to take normally? So like, with
I
this
would
frying?
pan fry this both sides, each side probably like 4 to 5 minutes. Let me just try this out. Let me just try for it. Because usually I just wait until it browns.
Okay.
But usually you just wait until it browns, and when you see like a slight brown color on the edge of the tofu, then you kind of like know that's a cue time to turn. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I have a surprise for you later, Marco.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yes, it's going to be a very healthy surprise, and I hope you appreciate it.
I definitely need more healthy food. I've been like snacking so much. I'm sure like I think most people can relate.
Oh, I know. I've been snacking a lot too, actually. When, you know, you're working at home, everything's just right next to you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just very easy to eat more than you should. But have you guys been working out at home? Do you guys have any cool workouts that you do at home that you find effective? Like you don't have to leave the house to work out, you know?
Yeah. Have you been working out, Medora?
I have. Every morning I wake up and I do sit-ups.
Ooh.
I do some sit-ups and I do some stretches. And then in the middle of the day, like when I'm been sitting too long, I'll do some like jumping jacks.
Nice. I want to see you do jumping jacks. Actually, I can't imagine
What?
that.
If I do jumping jacks, you have to do burpees.
Oh. Okay. I might take you on that challenge. Let's see how we feel after we
Wait,
eat.
I also heard that we shouldn't do exercise right after we eat.
Oh.
So.
Okay, so maybe next time.
Maybe tune in next time. Oh, he said HIIT workouts are great. Stress relief. What does HI? I've been seeing this everywhere.
I think it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think HIIT means like high intensity.
Oh yeah.
Something.
Oh yeah, can you tell us what HIIT is, Woot Boy?
Yeah. HIIT. High intensity something. Okay. I think Danita is asking, can we add nuts to this recipe?
Definitely. I can add like roasted pine nuts on top if you would like, or you can like chop.
Do some burpees? Ooh. Okay. Maybe later.
Or you can chop some cashews and then bake it and then like also lather on top.
Okay.
But if you have nut allergies, obviously you don't have anything to worry about. There's no nuts in this recipe. Though I would replace the sesame oil with just no sesame oil because sesame is also I would assume that wouldn't be ideal for people who are allergic to nuts, right? I think.
Yeah. Sesame is a nut, we think.
Okay.
Oh. So according to Dan, HIIT is high intensity interval training. So fun fact we learned.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Yoga. Yoga's nice.
Yoga is very nice. My sister actually, well, both my sisters are both yogis.
Ooh.
But I don't do as much yoga as them. I like it though.
Okay.
But yoga is a very slow exercise that focuses on breathing. So breathing, I think, is a really good exercise that everyone can benefit from.
Okay, so if we look at the...
Well, we made
tofu.
like rather big slices.
So
maybe
are we like flipping them now?
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing?
I'm slowly flipping them one by one.
Okay.
Be careful of the oil though; it might splatter everywhere. Yeah, your hand, your arm. I don't want to splatter you. Oh no! This takes skills. So this is why I would choose a firmer tofu, because when it comes to these moments, you can flip it easier.
Yeah.
It stays like whole.
Would you say that is like a good...
This color
is
perfect.
Okay.
You don't want it to be too brown. Oh, this is too light.
So kind of like a yellowy brown.
Light brown, like golden brown.
Like a golden brown.
Yeah.
Like golden brown.
Golden brown.
Huh.
You
Woot Boy says, I'm highly inflexible.
You're highly inflexible.
I'm also highly inflexible. How can we help ourselves in this
You
case?
can start slowly. So as long as you stretch and you feel the stretch already, then that's good enough. And then you just work very slowly every single day on that one stretch and see how far you can go every day. And just like stretch a little bit more every day. And then eventually, in the long run, you might be able to do a split. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think it's just slow and steady wins the race.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
Yes.
Including myself.
Including yourself. So you generally cook Italian food? Do you cook like Asian food at all? I'm just gonna flip this.
I had made like Thai green curry.
Ooh!
Or like, I've also made pad thai before.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good. I don't think Thai green curry is as healthy though, because like you actually use a lot of
oil?
coconut milk.
Oh yeah, coconut milk is delicious, but it's not super healthy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the healthiest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think like I'm a little addicted to Thai curry.
Oh, I love Thai food.
Yeah. Like I think like if you forced me to, I can eat like Thai food every day of the week.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Because you know why? they have so much citrus and like it's a very wholesome bite. You've got sweet, sour, salty, a little kick if you want to. And so you can't get sick of that. Like if you're eating tomato sauce every single bite, like I'm sure you're gonna get sick of it, right?
Yeah. And so I think the trick to a lot of like good food is also like just balancing different flavors. So,
yeah.
Like you always want like a little saltiness, but also like some acidity in it. I think that really helps bring out the flavor.
And balances out your flavor palette. And also they have so many herbs. They always use fresh herbs. Fresh herbs can like definitely lighten up the dish.
Go Marco. Yeah, I think maybe we'll save it for later. I think as much as I would love to do burpees for you guys right now, I think I want to like learn how to like make some really good tofu. So, but definitely maybe later.
Oh my god, I love how you're just completely sidetracking.
Yes. Oh, let's take a closer look at the tofu. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that.
We're gonna put this here soon, and then we're gonna just cook the mushrooms.
Okay, so do you want to explain what sort of mushrooms these are?
These are called enoki mushrooms. They are originally like long. I have a pack in fridge, I think. So it looks like this. It's super cheap. It's like less than like 20 bucks for a pack, like maybe 12, I think. These are very versatile. You can stir fry. You can put them in soup. You can tempura it. I love tempura.
So this is like a Japanese mushroom, right?
Yeah. But not only Japan grows this mushroom, obviously. I think this was the Korean one. Yeah. But I love mushrooms. I absolutely love mushrooms. I can eat mushroom stir fry every day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
And I also know that mushrooms have a lot of antioxidants. So again, staying young.
Stay healthy.
Staying healthy. Staying young. I think we're good with this tofu. I'm just gonna put this.
So as you can all see, a very nice brown color. It's like going
not very equal size, so forgive my lack of uniform.
Kind of like the color you go after like you go to the beach and you're like a little tanned.
A sun-kissed.
A sun-kissed,
yes. A little sun-kissed. Okay.
So I think you can use chopsticks to help you like grab the tofu.
I need to use, okay, these are my basic weapons in the kitchen.
Okay.
Everyone has their own basic weapons that they're used to in the kitchen that they always go for when they're cooking anything pretty much. And these are my two things. I have to have chopsticks and this like wooden spatula thing.
Nice.
It's just so much easier. I try using this and I can't control this. I don't know why. I've got, tiny hands. Okay. So now we're moving on to the next part of the dish, which is the mushroom. And we're just gonna stir fry it, nothing crazy. So soy sauce. Instead of sugar, I'm gonna use honey because white sugar is not very healthy for you. And recently I learned from a friend that you can actually use honey instead of sugar when you don't have sugar, and that's how I realized that, oh, honey actually works better. And it's healthier for you.
So does honey have a lot of omega-3 content as well?
Oh, I don't think so. Okay. But it has anti-inflammatory properties. So any swelling in your body, like having honey, or in your throat, that's good for your throat. That's why people always put honey, water, and lemon when you have sore throat problems. So that's why, so honey all the way instead of sugar. So actually the whole dish is pretty simple. We don't have a lot of seasoning, but we want to show you that with the minimal amount of seasoning, with the minimal amount of budget and stuff, like you can actually cook a decent, like this is like, look at this quantity. I think this is pretty big, right?
Yeah. So how much would you say like a meal like this would cost?
Okay, so tofu was probably around $20. Yeah. And then I got 2 packs of this, so like around 25. So this whole thing would be like 50.
50? Would that be like 1 meal or 2 meals? Like all of this?
I think this could fit like 2 people.
2 people?
So $25 each, I think.
Yeah.
Should be okay.
Okay.
Like that's way cheaper than Deliveroo.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
For sure.
You have to pay $20 for delivery for Deliveroo. Or Panda, way, you guys.
Yeah. So for our budget conscious students or budget conscious people in general, this is a great cheap meal and also a very healthy meal.
Yep. Ooh, can you hear the sizzling sound?
Ah, I like that.
Yeah. So mushrooms wilt really fast, so this won't take more than a few minutes.
So do you normally like add salt and pepper on this, or like do you season that?
Depends on what dish you're cooking.
Okay.
Sorry.
So for this dish,
mushroom is like falling onto the tofu.
let me just grab this.
So for this dish today, I'm doing a little like Asian twist, like a little Japanese. So I'll use the Japanese soy sauce, like this one. But you can also just simply use salt and pepper. Or oyster sauce works really well. Oyster sauce is really good for mushrooms in an Asian dish. So right now, it looks like a lot, but once it wilts, it's going to be very little. You'll see. It's like spinach. You know how spinach seems like a lot and it wilts and then it just becomes like a lot smaller.
Yeah. Okay.
So once it wilts a little bit, I'll add the seasoning. Yeah. And then I'll add the soy sauce and then a little honey and then a little pepper and then we'll just put that. But I do feel like that plate is a little small. So if I could get you to stir fry.
Oh, yeah.
Can you do this while I get a plate?
Yes. So you will watch me stir fry. So as you can see, my mushrooms are kind of flying all over the place. So clearly, I'm not as good as Medora.
No! I do think that you are juggling a phone in your hand while cooking, so that takes another level of skill. Thank you, Marco.
No worries. Medora is now plating her food.
I am plating the tofu. So then later we can just put the mushroom on top.
Can you guys hear the good sizzle? And so you can see like it used to be like so much, like the mushroom, but now it's like kind of nicely thinning down. And it's like...
It's wilted.
Wilted, exactly.
Whoa. So basically, I have... Remember that animation Ratatouille?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
I love that animation. So remember how they crackle the bread and they say the symphony of the crackling the bread?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about cooking. When you hear the sounds of sizzling of whatever you're cooking, or like you smell. So I think cooking has a lot to do with your senses. You're connecting with your ears, your nose, your eyes, and then touching the ingredients as well. The feel of it, and then last but not least, the taste, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like cooking is a very great activity to do, to incorporate all senses, and that's why I think it's so therapeutic, you know? That's my take. So, thank you so much for taking over.
You're welcome.
Now the mushrooms are perfect for a little seasoning.
Ooh.
I would say like just a little drizzle. We don't want it to be too heavy on the seasoning.
I really like it when we like add like another like a seasoning like soy or like sometimes like wine, you know, like add a little, it like takes on a whole other flavor.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, speaking of wine, I can add a dash of Chinese wine.
Ooh, wine fancy. I like that.
It's not fancy. It's just baijiu.
Okay, it's just baijiu.
But a little wine will definitely bring out the flavors a little bit more. I would say like half a cup. And just like batter that there.
You can really smell it. You can really smell that.
It'll evaporate, so you won't get drunk on cooking wine.
Yeah. So perfectly safe for kids to eat.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then I can add some pepper.
Oh.
Pepper is a really good spice. I remember reading on it, and I think it has something along the lines of boosting your immune system or something. I remember vaguely. So if I'm wrong, anyone can correct me.
So how do you know when the mushroom is cooked?
So, like right now, when you see it's completely wilted, I can like pretty much take it out.
Okay.
But the good thing about mushroom is that you can never really overcook it. So that's why I'm taking my time with it. But like other vegetables, it'll turn color. You'll know when you totally overcooked it, and it will get really tough. But mushroom stays pretty much the same. But obviously, the higher heat, the faster you cook it, the more like juicier it is, like plumpier it is. But this kind of mushroom is so skinny, so it doesn't matter actually. So I think we're good. I'm gonna just lather the last ingredient, which is like a drizzle of sesame oil, which will add flavor and more health points. So right now we've got the tofu here.
Wow.
Make it look
We're doing some finishing touches.
Yeah, so I'll just lather the mushroom on top like this. No. Yeah, so it should cover most tofu. I didn't make it super saucy. I don't know if you like your... You actually you like sauce, right?
I do like sauce, but I think this looks perfect.
You think?
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
But sometimes if you want to make it even saucier, you can add oyster sauce and then you can add some water with cornstarch that are mixed together. And then once you add it to the whole thing, then it'll become super saucy. But we kept it quite simple. And I'm gonna just sprinkle some spring onion on top for garnishing.
I like that.
Because everyone likes colors.
Yes.
And we're done! We are completely done! That's it! That took like half an hour, and like we're doing a live show, so obviously everything's a little delayed. But you know, I actually think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah. I'm super excited to eat it.
Yes.
Are we going to eat it now?
Yeah, we are going to eat it now. Let's go sample some
Awesome.
tofu.
Okay.
We can bring it out here.
Oh, all right, we're going out.
We are going out here.
Okay, let me grab this.
But before we start, I have to let you try your special surprise.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Okay, now it's time for the finale. Whoa.
You good?
Oh. She's wondering. Oh, okay. Can we move? Ah,
Yeah, perfect.
nice.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm really excited for like my surprise. What is it?
So my surprise for Marco today is this. It's natto. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's a Japanese food, Japanese type of food, and it's basically soybean. So we're going a soybean theme today. So natto is basically fermented soybeans.
It's just crying out for some meat.
Well, we can definitely add some meat next time.
Oh yeah.
So this is basically fermented soybeans. So this is like a seasoning pack.
I think this is what the package looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically the seasoning is like a fish sauce, but it's a very very liked one. It's actually quite yummy.
So
but
this is the meat. This is the meat.
the meat. Oh yeah, because fish is not vegetarian. But this is fermented soybeans. So this is how it looks like. I don't know if you've eaten this before.
Maybe you can bring it a little closer. That's what it looks like. Okay, so
and then
how
how
do I
you eat this is you put the seasoning pack in here.
Okay.
So the reason why I picked this is because natto has been said to be a really good superfood because it's got like vitamin K2 and nitokinase, which is an enzyme that you can't find in any other foods. It's only found in natto, and it's super healthy, super good for your digestion system.
So is that the same for like all beans, or is it just like natto?
Just natto. This is called natto. Natto is when you ferment soybeans.
Okay.
And how you eat it is you just whip it consistently until it becomes like the slime. You'll see it. Like just now it was just beans, but then once I whip it consistently for like at least like 50 times, you'll see it like this foamy, slimy, gooey.
You make it sound very appetizing.
I promise you. So I feel like you've been eating a lot of pasta, so you're probably short on some fiber.
Oh yeah. Like this morning, I just ate like that much pasta, like literally this whole bowl of pasta with just like olive oil and like chili and garlic.
So no vegetables.
So like no veg. Oh,
Tomato sauce.
Unless you count, no, not even tomato sauce. Do you count? Is garlic considered a vegetable? I think it is, right? Garlic.
You're stretching it.
But yeah, there wasn't a lot of garlic, so
Oh, okay.
it wasn't too much. There wasn't too much.
Okay, so you guys can see now it's like very slimy.
Mm.
Very gooey. And I hope Marco will like enjoy this.
Mm.
I love this stuff. Like I can eat a lot of this stuff. But usually people will eat it with rice, but since we don't have rice, I'll take your chopsticks instead.
It definitely looks a lot different than like normal food.
Yeah.
But like, I'm willing to give this a shot.
Yeah. What do you think?
It definitely has like a squishy like bean texture.
Yeah. I wish I can share some food with you too, Rachel.
No. What's good? It definitely feels really healthy.
Yes,
I
it's
don't
so
know.
healthy. Trust me. You have to message me tomorrow and tell me.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you tomorrow all about it.
Like, cleared everything.
Mm.
Okay, so I also want to, like, before we eat, I want to talk about, like, some stuff that we can drink, like, right now. This, I think we've all seen before. This is, like, a Korean honey citron tea drink where you can find it in pretty much all supermarkets. It's very good for soothing your throat. If you feel like, you know, the weather's so dry, if you feel like, you know, you need something to lubricate or moisturize your throat, this is a really good, easy drink. You just scoop like 1 or 2 spoons and mix it with hot water. And also another thing, it's turmeric powder. Turmeric powder is like, belongs to the ginger family. So turmeric is kind of a ginger. And it's really good for your immune system. And I think we all can do a boost of immune.
With what's going on.
Yeah, with what's going on.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I think we're ready to eat now.
Okay, so I think Sam said hello. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Feel free to ask questions. And Woat Boy said, does feeding each other help relieve stress?
Huh?
Does feeding each other help relieve stress?
Feeding each other.
Excuse me.
Wait, who feed who?
I think he was talking about you were like making me like that food.
Oh, but I wasn't feeding you.
Okay, yes. But cooking for each other, I think helps relieve stress.
Yes.
Or just cooking in general.
Oh yeah, cooking for friends, you know, or family, and then having them enjoy the food that you made. That's a really rewarding feeling that you can get. You can't buy it, you know. Those are the moments that like you can't, or they're priceless. And I think that when you cook something and it turns out great, you can start.
Okay.
And it turns out great, like it gives you so much joy, right? Because it's like people are enjoying your product and your effort.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Can you use?
Sorry.
Like I've got extra.
Sorry. Yes. And
I think like let me just serve you.
Yes. Thank you. That would be perfect.
All right.
Okay.
You can do a little tasting first, and then can grab seconds, so that you don't overwhelm your plate.
I'm gonna put the mushroom in my mouth now.
Okay.
What
do you think?
It's good.
You're not just saying it.
No. It's good. I think like I can taste a bit of the soy.
Yes.
Coming through.
Yeah. I can taste the wine as well.
No. I really like the tofu, how, like, it's not like, you know, like sometimes tofu, when you eat it, it's like, it just like kind of collapses in your mouth. But like, I think like this tofu, because like it's been fried a little bit, there's like more bite to it.
Like a firmer texture.
Yeah, like a firmer texture. I really like that.
Great. So, you've been doing 3 afternoon teas with this Instagram. What are your takeaways so far?
My takeaways. Ooh.
Yeah.
There's been so much we've talked about.
Yeah.
I think in our first Instagram live, house of a friend, and then like we just like tried some chilies.
Mm.
It's been really fun like hanging out with you guys, just like talking with you guys, hearing your comments. You describe a little more. Okay, we'll talk a little more. I think she's mentioning about the food.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wish I could share with you guys. We can definitely do a office potluck soon.
Oh yeah.
When we stop working from home.
Oh yeah.
But like I basically seasoned the tofu very lightly with salt and pepper, so very minimal work, and then just pan fry the tofu after I pat it into the whole cornstarch thing, and then I pan fried it, and then like lathered the mushroom stir fry on the tofu.
Okay, so Cindy's asking.
I know.
Is there some healthy breakfast idea?
Ooh, definitely. I cook breakfast when I'm at home now. So I usually like my standard go-to is scrambled eggs with avocado and a toast. And I think like that requires basically very little cooking. So eggs, I will just scramble it and then a trick actually I want to share with everyone. I've never done a cooking show, so I never really gotten to share my tips and tricks.
Ooh,
so
excited.
One thing to really make soft eggs is add a little bit water, and then like a little bit, like I'm not even kidding, like just like but
okay. Like a little bit, like a drop of water.
Yeah, because it makes the egg a little bit more dilute, and then when you cook it, it becomes super soft. And then you add salt and pepper, and it's really good. And then you just toast your toast, drizzle a little olive oil, and then put the egg on top of the toast. Oh no, avocado, and then egg on top of the toast, and then you just like it's a really wholesome bite. Oh yeah. That's very healthy too. Very healthy. And one thing now I do, I don't usually eat fruits before, but one thing I do is every time I eat a meal, I always line my stomach with either fruits or vegetables first. So at least you're like having something healthy first, and then your body is empty, your stomach is empty, right? So when you digest the fruit or the vegetables first. And that will, like, you absorb those nutrients better.
That makes sense.
So easy way to get vitamin C in the morning, if you are lazy with eating a whole orange or a whole apple, is kiwi. Kiwi is so small, you just like slice it in the middle and scoop the meat, and then that's like done. Vitamin C, done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Nathaniel's asking, which ingredient can you store for a long time to use for cooking throughout the week?
As in like what can you buy and then leave it in the fridge for a while? Tofu. Tofu, literally, you can let it stay in your fridge for like around a month. It doesn't even go bad.
That's crazy.
Because it has some kind of
crazy.
Like there's a I don't know how they process it, but when they process it, they add one element that helps the tofu stay well on the shelf life for a longer time. Like obviously there's different types of tofu, like tofu that you can get in like wet markets. Those ones you can't store for a long time. The wet markets one, they make it fresh during the day, and like I think you can keep that like maximum like 2 days, and it'll go sour. But then the ones that are packaged, the ones you see all the time in supermarkets, you can just get those and store them in your fridge. Easily just stay there like for a week and not go bad at all.
That's such a good advice.
Yeah.
I might start buying some tofu actually.
Yeah.
To like diversify from like my spaghetti and pasta.
You can even buy the super firm tofu and see if you can substitute meat. I'm not vegetarian or vegan, guys. I love my meats. I'm just a little pro-vegetarian today.
Okay.
Yeah. Other breakfast ideas. If you like sweeter stuff, I quite enjoy my savory items. I can't really think of any sweet stuff. Maybe just fruits.
Honey.
Honey on toast. Right?
Yeah. Or like maybe like an oatmeal, but with like honey on like the oatmeal. Yeah. I think that works really well. Like honey is like a great ingredient to use like in any dish.
Mm-hmm.
And as you mentioned before, it's like a lot healthier than sugar. So definitely try using honey a lot more.
Definitely. I would just not use sugar ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like white sugar is so bad for you. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie. Feel free to ask us questions. We're just talking about food here, but also about mental health. Yeah.
So, frozen peas and veggies are just as good as ones that are not frozen.
Ooh, that one I'm not sure.
Yes. I remember reading an article about frozen vegetables. It's good because you can store it for a long time. Like, obviously, if you have the luxury to be near a market, it would be great. But right now, I think a lot of people are worried about buying fresh vegetables as well. So frozen vegetables work just as well. Yes! Love honey.
What's the best way to set goals that are food related? I know some people who sometimes just talk about calories, but it feels like a little off. Think about food from a calorie perspective.
I actually understand what Woot Boy is saying. Like, people get so caught up with counting calories, they forget that food is part of life. You're not just eating to live, but you're living to eat as well. So what you put in your body is very important, but you also don't want to miss out on things that you actually like. So I think preaching on eating everything in moderation. You can have like a fried chicken if you want to, but also like compensate it with something healthy, and not just eat fast foods every single day or every single meal, and just balance. Balance is the key, and moderation is the key. And if you want to start a food journal, that would be great to just kind of note down what you're eating, and then you'll be able to reflect on your choices throughout the week, and then maybe you can figure out, maybe that's why I feel a little bit less energetic, because I've been eating so much fatty foods, or like fatty oily foods, stuff like that. And it can affect your skin, it can affect how you work, your productivity levels. Certain foods can cause you food coma, aka a lot of pasta can.
Yeah. Are you looking at me for a reason, Medora?
I think I might be implying something.
Okay. Noted. But yeah,
moderation is definitely the key. And I think a lot of the reason why I love Asian food is because they always find a balance of the yin and yang. So for example, if you cook like beef brisket, you balance it with radish, so it's not too like yang. And if you're cooking like or Koreans, when they eat fried stuff, they have these radish pickles to kind of help you yin, like balance the yin with the yang.
Yeah. Okay, someone asked, is snacking good for mental health? So I think
depends.
Depends, yeah.
It depends how you snack. You don't want to start snacking in a way where you're just uncontrollably grabbing bunches of chips and chocolate and stuff like that. But it's more like you plan your snacks. Oh, you switched the other end.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So you plan your snacks. So you can maybe, when you're hungry, you can start by eating fruits first. If you're still hungry, you grab a bunch of nuts. Nuts are very good for your brain. You only got one brain. But again, moderation is key. If you feel like having a bag of chips, just pace yourself and don't feel bad about it. Just as long as you're not eating it all the time. Because you don't want to feel guilty eating snacks, Just plan your snacks, plan your meals, and I think it's easier now to plan your meals as well now that you're working from home. So yeah, I think moderation is the key. Planning your meals is great. Don't deprive yourself from anything as long as you are conscious of your food choices. And yeah.
I think one good tip is like you can try like there's like a lot of healthy snacks out there. So like, for example, I was just looking up online like fried chickpeas. I think that's I haven't tried it, but that's definitely something I'll go home and try. Like eating something like that, or like fruits, for example. So like actually like healthy foods, the benefit of not like it's also healthy for you, but its benefit is that it'll also make you like less hungry for like a longer period of time. So like for example, like chips, the things is like if you eat chips a lot, like what you will find is you'll get hungry like often again.
Yeah.
Same with like any like really unhealthy like oily food. I think that happens often.
I think that's the thing between complex carbs and simple carbs.
Yeah.
Simple carbs are just basically foods that are like white breads, white rice, cookies, biscuits, stuff like that. They have high in calories, but they don't give you enough energy for you to function well, and then you get hungry really quickly again. Complex carbs are things that are like high in fiber, such as like, you know, chickpeas has tons of fiber, and they can help you last fuller for a longer time, and you can be more stable with your moods because you're not going up and down with your sugar levels. So yeah, that's why like food is so important when you talk about mental health as well, because it's directly linked to your brain and directly linked to your body, and that's the link between physical and mental health as well, and which is what my mental health and well-being team preaches all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like we actually have a project that we're joining with Mind Hong Kong as well.
Tell us more.
We have this project called Cool Minds. We've already been going around schools doing workshops, and it's basically a workshop talking about mental health on a more simple level, where we hope to increase mental health literacy across Hong Kong. But like right now, obviously, because of the current situation, schools are closed. So we've been digitalizing our material, and we're also open to do online workshops. So the schools can actually still do it with us. Yeah. And what we do basically is increase mental health literacy with young people. And the Cool Minds project, it goes through a holistic whole school approach. So we have like workshops for students, we have workshops for parents, we have workshops for educators, but all of the theme with the content would be on young people, because that's what we're all about.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think we're about to finish soon, but if any of you guys have any questions again, so just welcome, feel free to ask about food, about mental health. Medora here is a mental health expert.
I am not an expert, but
she has a lot to say, and she has a lot of great information. So just feel free to just ask us any questions.
I'll try my best to answer, because I do a lot of workshops about talking about mental health topics.
Yeah, and I think like one, or maybe just like to kind of bring back one of the points we talked about earlier, was that think of your brain as like an engine or like an organ, right? So like your brain is like you need to like feed it like good oil.
So like a really good analogy playing on you, I literally just thought this. It's like a car. You know, your car gets rusty.
Yeah.
And if you don't have fuel, it doesn't run. So you constantly, and you want to have the premium fuel, right? The premium fuel will help run the car smoother. Yeah. So imagine healthy foods as the premium fuel, and like junk foods as like the basic like cheap fuel that you can like. It will do its basic job, but it won't like help you do things well. Yeah. So definitely, running on that. Brain is definitely one of the most important parts of your body. Yeah. It keeps you alive, keeps you sane. It helps you think. It helps you coordinate all your different parts of your body. Yeah. And we want to love our brain, love our body, and treat our body well. So putting healthy foods in our body is a good thing, rather than destroying it with tons and tons of junk food. Yeah.
So I think that's one way to look at mental health. It's like in a more holistic approach. You know, it's not just about like thinking more positively. It's also about like our physical bodies. Like, are we like exercising? Are we keeping healthy? Are we eating the right food? You know, that kind of thing. Absolutely.
Kinky just asked, can you suggest some healthy food which is good for someone who is stressed out? Well, I know that foods that are sweet actually genuinely can help your stress levels, but I would choose like dark chocolate. I think Kinky doesn't like dark chocolate, I remember.
Oh no.
But dark chocolate does have proven to help elevate your mood levels. So sucking on if you can't deal with really dark chocolate, you can do like a 60%, and then just sucking on a chocolate bar, and just sucking on it, it can already help improve your mood. Because sweets do help improve your mood, but having cheap Cadbury milk chocolate, that's not good for you. so dark chocolate. But if you want to cook foods that are healthy, good for you, that if you're stressed out, that means you're running low on energy, I would suggest salmon.
Oh.
Because it's got omega fatty 3 and 6 and 9 acids.
Yeah.
And having good fats can help improve your mood levels and your energy levels. So if you're stressed out, I'm assuming that your mood is not exactly at your best. So having these oily, healthy fats in your diet will help. So nuts, oily fish, yes.
That's oily
like
fish.
Eggs as well. Eggs are good for you as well.
Yeah.
I would definitely do eggs.
Yeah.
I love eggs.
And I think just like seafood in general is like fishes in general are healthier than like red meats, right?
Yes.
Like white meats are better than red meats.
Yes, definitely. Red meats are just generally not very good for the environment. It has a lot more cholesterol, a lot more animal fats. That's it can definitely you don't need that.
Yeah, I think especially like processed food. That's definitely like probably like a lot of studies have shown like processed foods like sausages, like processed meat especially can will lead to like higher risk of like heart attacks or like higher risk of like just like a lot of different diseases.
Yeah.
So like you want to try and like I know it's like you can sometimes treat yourself, but like when you have like the choice between like a sausage or just like a chicken breast, like go for like the chicken breast.
Yeah. So again, moderation is the key. You can definitely eat have your cheat days or your cheat meals, but that should be the small part of your general diet. And also, healthy fats, like what I just talked about, is so good for your heart. That's why people generally eat it. Older people eat it to prevent heart attacks, heart diseases, and but I would say fish in Hong Kong is quite expensive, right? Salmon especially.
Salmon is, yeah.
Salmon is quite expensive. But
Benita says, I love salmon, but oil gets me sleepy sometimes.
Interesting.
That I did not realize.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that fats can make you sleepy. I guess depends on what's fats too, right?
Yeah.
But I think that we should all just not be too strict on our diet. Be kind to ourselves and just be more conscious of what we put in our body. And that will help us make better choices when we're cooking, what we're eating.
I think part of it is also like changing your relationship with food, and it's not just like food counting calories. I think that might be like one of the bigger traps of like,
yes,
because like you just feel guilty a lot when you're like, oh, you go over your calorie or like you eat too much. I think what's good is like finding food like you enjoy and are healthy, you know? Or like figuring out ways to like make vegetables like taste really good. If you really like certain vegetables, just that a lot more often. So it's about like changing that relationship with food.
Yes.
And not just like thinking about food as like a numbers game.
Yes, absolutely.
I think
food is definitely we have to treat it as part of life.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And it's an enjoyment in life.
Yes.
Are we running low on time?
We have 2 minutes left. Maybe.
Oh yeah, salmon's really good with lemon.
Yes. I think maybe we can just start wrapping up a little bit. So today we've made this awesome
tofu. Oh my gosh, I haven't even finished my first serving. Marco has been non-stop scooping.
When Medora's been like talking, I've just been like just basically like eating like I do in the office. I just consume all the food. I'm like a vacuum.
Foods just disappear when it's near your desk. But yeah, we talked about how food is very connected to your mental health, and we also talked about what kind of food we can incorporate in our diet to, help us have higher energy levels, better moods, and also talking about, moderation is the key. We don't want to deprive ourselves from all foods. We can also have cheat meals, we can have cheat days, but also make sure that we have our healthy meals as well as our majority of our diet. Let us know if you guys like this. We can maybe start this cooking series next time. Today we did an Asian series.
Yeah.
So maybe next time we can do Western meal.
Italian?
Yeah.
I think that...
Oh. we can definitely do some healthy Italian dishes.
For sure.
Ooh. I have a few dishes in mind.
Okay.
Definitely.
So that definitely might happen. Okay, we don't have time to do burpees, unfortunately, but do check us out. We're on tomorrow at 4 p.m. Also, these great WhatsApp stickers on mental health. Take a look at that. It's on our IG.